This is a piece called Napoli. It was written by Henry Belstead. Most of you know this melody. It's an arrangement that's a traditional piece. They're not really sure who wrote it, the original melody. But there was a time in the early 1900s, early 20th century, when the coolest show in town was like a traveling wind band. Really. Right? There would be a gazebo in a park, and the John Philip Sousa band would roll into town on 2 buses, and they would set up with their group, and they would run their hour-and-a-half, 2-hour set. And near the end of one of those sets, almost always, they would have what was called a Carnival solo, C-A-R-N-A-V-A-L, and that would be a cornetist who would come out. They were sort of the rhythmic gymnasts of the wind band, right? They were the ones who did the grandest gestures and played the most notes and tried to show off the most. It wasn't hard to talk a trumpet player into showing off, I think is how it went. And so they would play these melodies and show off. And each time they performed one of these solos, it would be a little bit different. So what started to happen was we would pick these melodies, somebody would pick a melody and they would arrange it with a lot of different variations. Sometimes 7, 8, 9, 10 different variations, and each time that they would play them in one of these solos, they might pick 3 or 4 of them. And then of course they'd make those 3 or 4 just a little bit harder. And then they'd pick a few more. And so what you're going to hear this evening is one of these concert festival solos. And our soloist isn't going to skip any variations because she's amazing. She's a really outstanding player. I'm really excited for you to hear this young woman play. She came into a practice room for a level assessment her sophomore year, and I saw a focus in her eyes and heard a preparation on her instrument, and I said, wow, you made a decision to sound great today in this practice room. She's like, yeah, I'm into this. Let's do it. What do I need to do to get better? And pretty much from that point forward, if you needed to find Hannah Gaugush, she's in a practice room. That's where you're going to find her. You're going to see her there in the morning before school. You're going to see her there at lunchtime. You see her after school. She is a really incredible musician. She was one of the trumpet players in the ensemble that went to the National Trumpet Competition in Lexington, Kentucky as part of an ensemble this year. She is an incredible mentor for the young trumpet players of all grades who look up to see what a characteristic trumpet sound looks like. But even better than being an incredible trumpet player, she's really an incredible young leader and young woman, absolutely. And I just could not be more excited to bring out on stage Hannah Gaugush.
take some stills for me? And they're going to come out and give a bunch of presents.